I'm Max from RME. Konnichiwa. I want to show you our new product that we introduced at the Namm show here in Los Angeles. It's called the Fireface UCX. From the connectors, I'll put one on the back, we have two microphone inputs, also usable as line level, two more line level inputs, also usable as instrument inputs, so you can connect your guitar, whatever here as well. We have a new menu that also includes a setup where you can recall presets, save and reset presets, so this is new. And indicator lights for inputs, outputs, word clock, and the connection to your computer. The phone's on the side. On the back we have the power connector, power switch, USB and Firewire. Now these USB and Firewire ports directly connect to our new X core. It's the same core as in the Fireface UFX. So this core communicates at very similar latencies very well with Mac and PC at the same time. The remote control connector, the UCX ships with the standard remote control. It gives you access to loudness and has a programmable button and recall your current gain settings. So it's just a controller, comes with a very long cable, so you can put that at your workplace, so you don't have to have everything in reach. You also have a MIDI port right here, so it comes with a little MIDI connector cable. Two inputs, two outputs, connected right here. The word clock input and the word clock output, one ADAT port, which gives you access to another 8 channels. For example, use our ADI8QS, ADDA converter, or another microphone preamplifier, whatever you want to connect. Then we have an SPDIF input and output. If you need optical SPDIF, you can switch this port from ADAT to SPDIF, and these two also work at the same time, so you have two individual SPDIF signals. So we had 4 inputs on the front side, these are the other 4 on the back, and another 6 analog outputs on the back, all balanced, all switchable for line level different standards. So very good. The converter technology is the newest available. We're using a new codec which is brilliant. Simply you have to hear it yourselves. Very, very low latency, very high speed conversion. So we're quite confident that the users will actually love the sound of this new unit. It's brilliant. So, but there's one thing very, very special about this unit. I'll show you right here. So I connect the unit, and of course users of RME know now I use my USB cable and I connect it to my Pro Tools or my Logic or my Pyramix. Well, the RME developers have asked themselves, what happened if I just connect it with the Apple camera connection kit? I'll show it directly to an iPad. What happens if I do that? So the answer is cannot use device. The supported USB device, it's not supported because, of course, our core with all of the RME technology needs a special driver, and we cannot install a driver on the iPad. So the developers said, well, but we're sure that our users also want to use the iPad. So what do? Is you disconnect the USB, the host light is on, it says no connection. Now I will go to Setup, and then I go to CC. CC stands for Class Compliant. I push and hold the button. The Fireface reboots, loads a new firmware which is class compliant. Now let's try again. Suddenly you see audio USB 8x2. It goes away very quickly. Now it's analog input. I connect it again. 8x2. That means 8 channels the first analog input channels, the 8 channels, go from here to the iPad, and the signal from the iPad stereo goes to the UCX, and the best possible sound quality on the market, because we do not use the clock technology from the iPad, from the USB, which has high jitter. We are actually using the steady clock technology of RME to extract all the jitter and have 100% cool output. So if you have, for example, you want to have really hi-fi sound with 96 kilohertz, iOS supports sending 96 kilohertz FLAC files with a FLAC player. So I listen to it, it's just brilliant. You can play it back, 24-bit everything, and have a very wonderful sound experience. On the recording side, at the moment, the applications on the market support 8 channels recording. This is not a limitation of RME, it's a limitation of the system. If we go to the other iPad, I'll show it to you. So right now you see a little software, it's called Multitrack DAW. There are different softwares on the market already that support multitrack recording. RME does not make its own software. So these are all applications by other manufacturers. And you see I have armed all tracks. I can select here mono, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can select which input of the fire phase I want to connect. And then all I need to do is push the record button, push record, and it's recording the analog channels right now. So this communication is very simple because only 8 channels go to the iPad, 2 channels go back. But not only that, it also supports MIDI. So you know all these softwares, Moog synthesizer, SynthPad, whatever, you can actually use them connecting a master keyboard to the UCX and then use your iPad application along with it. It even works with GarageBand with a keyboard, so you have a totally new work environment which you can use the UCX for. And that is even not yet the bottom line. We even have more features, because users of RME know that we have in fact a complete digital mixer inside the unit. Well, I cannot control it from the iPad because the iPad does not have total mix interface, it does not have all the features, but I can actually save a total mix setting into the core and recall it later as a preset. So, for example, I have one preset, switch on both phantom power, put some reverb, some compressor on the first microphone, pan it to the left, route it to the ADAT output. All these total mix features can be saved as a preset, and then I simply go into my setup menu and load this preset, and for whatever application I need, I can I have my preset and recall it. Right, and then this is another preset where the phantom power, for example, is off. So with the new advanced remote, which sells separately, we can actually recall the presets one by one. These extra text on the top and the bottom refers to the standard mode if you connect the UCX to the computer. So in iPad mode, it only supports to recall the setup. When you connect the UCX to the computer with the Fireface driver, then you can actually use it to trigger TalkBack and Speaker B and all other features at the same time. So the possibilities with this unit are sheer endless. You can have a very, very versatile unit, and yeah, we're looking forward to receive the feedback from Japan. Arigatou gozaimasu.